This is the story of three queens. One, Queen Elizabeth II. Two, the Queen Vic pub in the series Eastenders. And three, the Queen of Soap, June Brown, the late June Brown. I met June on the set of a film called The 14. It was 1972, and she played the mother of 14 children. What I didn't know at the time was that she was a mother of 5 living children that she'd had in her 30s, I think it was. She was the mum of all time. She kept those unruly children, none of whom were related to each other, in check. Particularly one very unruly child, her eldest boy, played by Jack Wilde. Jack Wilde had been, of course, in Oliver as the Artful Dodger. He'd been nominated for an Oscar. By that time, he was about 19, 20, and she was about 43. It was lovely to see the two of them together. They looked very alike. Now, the thing about June Brown is that people remember her as Dot Cotton, the very Christian, very conservative laundrette manager in Eastenders. But I remember her as a beauty, as almost a Madonna-esque beauty. And I'll tell you something, the most beautiful actress I ever met was Ava Gardner, but the second most beautiful was June Brown. She had a kind of Anna Magnani, Gina Lollobrigida, Sophia Loren Italian beauty. Those huge expressive eyes, the dark hair, and a kind of wild quality which was never really used in British film. She played the mother, as I said, of these 14 children, and she dies early in the film. But on the set, she still came in to work with the children because they regarded her as mum. But there's another June Brown, still the June Brown, but an unseen June Brown that I only discovered last week when I went to YouTube and saw a film, a 1952 British film called It Started in Paradise. It's set in a very high-class fashion house, and the end of the film is a fashion parade which tries to link the Elizabethan age of Queen Elizabeth I with the new Elizabethan age of Elizabeth II. The costumes are, to say the least, gorgeous. It's a mixture of ruffs and furbelows with the new style of the 50s. And the commentary, well, I'll just read you some of it. Look back across the years, step out from history, link the age that mirrors its high hopes with our own. Come forward, my joy, all my delight, green sleeves, born of the days of Shakespeare, Raleigh and Drake, of high poetic fancy. It goes on and on and on. And guess whose voice it is? It's June Brown, who, of course, was at the Old Vic in 1952, and the costumes for the film were designed by Sheila Graham, who worked at the Old Vic. And I'm sure that that's how we get June Brown, unseen and uncredited, but with this beautifully modulated voice, announcing the start of the new Elizabethan age. And it couldn't be a better person, because June Brown was a Christian and a conservative. She famously said she wouldn't vote Labour if they paid her. So here she is, announcing the new age with the Queen and the monarchy. And there we have today the Platinum Jubilee of the one and only Queen Elizabeth I. And we have our Queen of Soaps, and we still have the Queen Vic of Eastenders. Vivat June, Vivat Regina.